Motor Corporation. We've seen the brand, the logo, and the cars everywhere. It is claimed that the car in front of you is likely to be a Toyota. Though this is a hyperbole, it may carry more gravity than you think. Toyota is arguably the most recognized car brand in the world and owns several companies. But how did a humble weaving and loom business turn into the biggest car brand in the world? This is Saf Otto, and I'll be taking you through iconic Toyota. Toyota began as an automotive division of its parent company, Toyota Automatic Loom Works, founded by Sakichi Toyoda. Sakichi began his working life as a carpenter and eventually made headway in producing Japan's first automatic weaving loom. Long story short, this product gained the attention of several textile companies, including a British firm called Platt Brothers of Oldham, which in 1929 paid £100,000, which is around £8 million or $10 million today, for the right to use this patented technology. From the proceeds, Toyota was born. With the payments the British firm made, Sakichi then provided his son Kichiro with capital. Kichiro had studied engineering and was actually responsible for the development of this highly sought-after automatic loom. He went on to establish an automotive division within his father's existing loom business. Recruiting a group of talented engineers, they began designing and developing a new engine that improved upon the already existing Chevrolet stove-bolt engine, an inline-six which was already successful. So then why improve upon it, yet it performed very well? It was so good that it stayed in production for 72 years, with technological improvements added along its lifespan, of course. To understand why, you need to appreciate a value instilled in Japanese business culture, Kaizen. It refers to continuous improvement. So, in the attitude of Kaizen, Kichiro and his team reverse engineered this Chevy engine in order to understand how every component functioned and made further improvements to it, which in turn allowed it to produce more horsepower. The new power plant, called the Type A engine, went into their first prototype vehicle, the 1935 Toyota Model A1. The body design of this car was ahead of its time and was anticipated to succeed. But this was only a prototype, and the first production vehicle was the 1935 Toyota Model G1 truck. This marked Toyota's entry into the automotive industry, as it was a success eventually, so much so that it was actually exported to foreign markets. All of this is said for a reason. The beginning of Toyota was underscored by improving upon what was already considered perfect and making it even better. Toyota offered something entirely different to car owners: practicality and reliability at a good price. This is what distinguished them from other competitors from day one. Toyota invests heavily in research and development, spending about $10 billion annually on this alone. It explains how their 1997 Toyota Prius was the first car to have an electric motor alongside a conventional engine, also known as a hybrid, and mass-produce it such that they secured a significant market share of hybrid vehicles. The Toyota Corolla is another example, holding the record for the best-selling car in the world till date, with over 50 million units sold in over 150 countries. Toyota was also the first to mass-produce a hydrogen fuel cell car, the Toyota Mirai. All of these serve as evidence that the money spent in research and development is of great benefit, and hence they invest so heavily in the same. This also means that at Toyota, it may take several weeks and months for simple changes in design and manufacturing to be approved. The Toyota Production System, or TPS, which was first used in 1953, features the art of Hansei, which involves learning from mistakes in order to prevent them from happening again, and the aforementioned Kaizen. This system ensures that every part is tested and is certain not to fail, even when subject to abuse for short periods of time. And if it did fail, meetings would be held to understand why and provide a solution to this point of failure. Think in the lines of the 1986 Toyota Hilux, often dubbed as the indestructible car. Its simple design and sheer ruggedness ensured it could take quite a punch and I mean taking extensive damage and still being able to start and drive. For this reason, Toyota will most likely remain the biggest and most valuable car brand for years to come. Many have wondered why Toyota did not invest into the production of electric vehicles as other car companies did, and actually fell behind in potential EV development, instead opting to further their plug-in hybrids and hydrogen-powered cars. Perhaps as a result of their foresight, Toyota may not have seen it as an investment that would be profitable, let alone successful for a very long time. The company, citing the lack of charging systems and battery technology, further justified their stance on the EV market and on mass-producing EVs. They do, however, have one fully electric car, the Toyota BZ4X. Whether or not they're right to have these concerns and opinions, it doesn't change that they have made this decision, and we may still see fuel-powered cars from them in the future, whether this fuel is gasoline or hydrogen. Might Toyota develop a mass-produced car engine that is both non-polluting and practical enough for daily use beyond hydrogen-powered cars? However, it is a fact that Toyota will remain the leading car company in terms of innovation and sales, with several unique selling points to leverage on. One thing that not only Toyota, but many big car companies have done is to make a wide range of cars to cater to all kinds of people and users. From the most compact and practical of cars, such as the Toyota Prius and the Toyota Passo, to bigger and tougher vehicles designed for towing and the off-road, like the Toyota Hilux and the Toyota Tacoma. Toyota also has a luxury subsidiary aimed at the higher-ups in society. Lexus, which stands for Luxury Export to the US, was formed to do exactly that. Like its parent company, Lexus featured iconic vehicles such as their full-size SUV, the Lexus LX, the first generation of the Lexus IS300 sports sedan, and the first ever Lexus supercar, the beautiful 2010 Lexus LFA, which is arguably one of the best sounding cars on the planet. Toyota has greatly diversified their car range and have been involved in motorsport as well. Toyota has a division in the same called Toyota Gazoo Racing, participating in the World Rally Championship and the World Endurance Championship, just to name a few, and they have secured several wins at these racing events. This also branched into some of their road-going examples, such as the GR Sport Yaris and the GR Sport Corolla. Aside from full-on racing, Toyota has made memorable sports vehicles that have often been poster cars hung on bedroom walls. The Toyota Supra is loved by many people all over the world, and is partly due to the Fast and Furious franchise publicizing its modding potential, where one of the main protagonists in the first movie, Brian O'Connor, bought and heavily modified a 1993 Toyota Supra to produce 500 plus horsepower. Modders found that the Supra could handle well over 800 horsepower before having to change any stock internals. Another example is the Toyota 2000 GT, a sports classic that was first produced in 1967 and was aimed at the European market. It is also one of the most expensive Japanese cars to ever be on auction, with one example selling for over $1 million. Toyota also has a range of premium and luxury vehicles of their own, outside of the Lexus brand. The Toyota Land Cruiser is an SUV that has been in production since 1951 and only recently began being a premium and luxury car in the 80s with the addition of luxury amenities in the Land Cruiser 60 series. Toyota, having a reputation of over-engineering their engines and their cars, made this car so reliable that you can still see older generations such as the 100 series on roads today, looking as good as they were when they rolled out of the production assembly line. They did once say that, if you want to go see the Outback, take a Land Rover. But if you want to go home again, take a Land Cruiser. This mostly highlights how capable this luxury SUV is on the harsher roads and is guaranteed to get you home safe and sound. The Toyota Century, also known as the Japanese Rolls-Royce, is a luxury sedan which has seen use by the Japanese imperial family. The interior features plush yet conservative seats that are fully adjustable, with newer models having touchscreens. The second generation of the Toyota Century had Japan's first and only V12 engine in a production car, the 1GZ-FE V12. It made quite a sound too, with the right exhaust. Toyota is a company that is well established in the automotive world, and rightly so, for the reasons and cars mentioned above, and their excellent works practices. Toyota is able to easily win the hearts of many customers. It is claimed that a high percentage of Toyota cars that were ever sold are still on the road today, with claims that over 80% of all Toyota vehicles are still functional. A remarkable feat indeed. Now, does this mean that the brand is perfect? Definitely not. In fact, in recent years, Toyota has had to recall certain vehicles, with one of the worst recalls being in 2009, where the accelerator pedal got stuck in certain cars such as the Lexus ES, and this led to many accidents, some of which were fatal. Such tragedies must have been a wake-up call to the company, for them to prove to existing owners that their products were still of the highest quality and were safe to use. Toyota is a name that most people in the world would be able to attach meaning to if they heard it, and rightly so, as they have been at the forefront of excellent customer service and product quality. It is certain that Toyota will continue to be very successful and produce many more exciting vehicles for years to come. Though Toyota began with funding, the company didn't have it easy all the way. They were more often than not faced with declining sales, harsh economic conditions, and workers going on strike due to low pay. These are problems often faced by multinational companies and will probably be there in the future. However, one thing is certain, Toyota has produced some very exciting and satisfying vehicles, which all have a place in the hearts of many around the world. There you have it, an expose on the iconic Toyota, and how a weaving company turned into an automotive powerhouse. Like and subscribe for more content like this. Tell me in the comments which other car brand you'd like to know more about in depth. This is Saf Auto, and we'll see you in the next video.